Good morning, students. This is Syed Aslam, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department of Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today, we are here to perform an experiment on air compressor test rig. Here, we have a reciprocating air compressor. We know that reciprocating air compressor is a positive displacement machine which will be compressing the air to higher pressure. So basically here in this compressor, during suction, when the piston moves down, then atmospheric air is sucked into the cylinder, and then in the second stroke, that means when the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center, it will be compressing the air and then increasing the pressure of the air. Now this compressed air, it will be directed into a storage tank. So now from the storage tank, we can use this compressed air for many applications. Daily we are seeing that our vehicle tires and tubes, they are inflated with compressed air, right? So it has many applications. Even in industrial applications, we see that drilling also will be done by pneumatic pressure, and then even in painting also we use compressed air at high pressures. So those are the small applications. Now here, this air compressor, here we know that air compressor is not a power producing machine, it is a power consuming machine. So that means here this air compressor has to be run by some prime mover. So for that we are running this air compressor using an electric motor. So now in this experiment we are going to perform, we are finding out the mechanical efficiency of the compressor, and second part, volumetric efficiency of the compressor. Mechanical efficiency of the compressor is given by the compressor output by electrical input to the compressor, or electric input to the motor of the compressor, right? That is first part. And second part, we are going to find out the volumetric efficiency of the compressor. It is given, volumetric efficiency is given by the ratio of actual volume swept by ideal volume which the compressor can swept. So by that two formulas, we can find out the volumetric efficiency and mechanical efficiency of the air compressor. Here, this air compressor test rig, we have a starter here. By pressing the starter, we are able to start the motor and compressor. And then we have a manometer here, you see YouTube manometer, and a air box having a orifice meter to know the amount of compressed air which has been formed there. Then here we have a electric meter. By using this electric meter, we can see how much electric input we have given to the motor. And then you are able to see here a pressure gauge, right? Here now it is, now because the compressor is off, the pressure here it is indicating is 0, right? Once we start the compressor, then whatever air is there in the storage tank, just we have to release, and then we have to stop the close the valve, and then once we start the compressor, the pressure on this dial gauge will be increasing. Once, suppose if you want to get 2 bar, then once 2 bar on the gauge is shown, then what we have to do is we have to partially release the pressure there, because continuously the pressure will be developing. So at a particular pressure, we have to take the readings of electric meter, then manometer reading, and then speed of the compressor, and then temperatures which are there in the compressor, by which we measure by thermocouples. So these are the readings which we have to take. So now here at the back of the compressor, you can see here, this is our single stage reciprocating compressor. That means here inside we have a piston and cylinder which will be moving, piston will be moving up and down, and then this is the head of the cylinder where we are having the fins to cool the compressor. Then this compressor is run by an electric motor. We can see the drive from the motor to the compressor is given by the belt. We can see this is the belt drive okay, and then whatever you can see this is the inlet to the compressor. It is sucked through the air box, okay, and then this during suction air will be sucked inside, and then piston will be moving down, that is a suction stroke, and then that inlet valve will close, and then piston will be moving up, then it will compresses the air, and then once the particular pressure is developed, it will be delivering it through the delivery valve into the storage tank. This is the storage tank for this system. Then here we have a valve from where we can give to wherever we want the air to be delivered. So this is about this compressor test rig. Okay. Now we will perform the experiment here. So now I am starting the air compressor. So this is a starter for this. So I am pressing it. Now you can see the speed of the motor here 692. This is the compressor speed 692 RPM, and this is the inlet temperature, and this is the outlet temperature. Now you can see here the pressure rising. It is shown on the pressure gauge here. Now it has already reached half bar. टू बार पे ले लेंगे हम लोग और 2 बार. Now here और 3 बार पे लेंगे. 3 बार पे ले लेंगे. We'll take it at 3 bar. So now here already 1 bar it has developed. The pressure developed now is 1 bar. We will take the reading at 3 bar. So we can take the readings at different pressures, right? But here for this experiment we are going to take one reading which is 3 bar or 3 kgs per centimeter square. 1 bar is almost equal to 1 kg per centimeter square. Okay. So now here already 1.4 bar it has reached, or 1.5 kgs per centimeter square pressure has reached. So we will wait for few minutes, and then at 3 bar we will take the readings. You can see how the meter is moving. Here we have a red disc. So we will calculate 3 revolutions of this disc. In 3 rotation, what is the time it has taken? We will calculate once we reach the 3 bar pressure. You can see here. So red बोलो मेरे को 3 होना हुआ अभी नहीं. अब नहीं ले लिया. 1 2 3. Just now we have completed experiment on air compressor. So we have, our aim was to determine volumetric efficiency of an air compressor. So now here we got the following readings. This is the sample observation reading which we have calculated there. We have taken this reading at a pressure of 3.5 kgs per centimeter square, or it is also equal to 3.5 bar above atmospheric pressure. So at this pressure 3.5 gauge pressure, we can see the speed of the compressor was 686, and this energy meter reading, that means there is a disc in the energy meter reading. When this disc rotates 3 revolutions, complete revolutions, the time taken is 6.79. This is what the electrical input we are giving to the compressor. So now here by this electric meter reading, the time taken for 3 revolutions for the disc is 6.79 seconds. And then manometer reading has given as 15 mm of water. So now same, these things we are putting in the formulas, and then we will calculate the mechanical efficiency of the compressor and then volumetric efficiency of the compressor. As I told you, compressor efficiency or mechanical efficiency of the compressor is given as compressor output by electrical input to the compressor, right? So compressor output by electrical input to the compressor. So now then second part, volumetric efficiency is actual volume swept by ideal volume swept. That is, actual volume is denoted with V suffix A and ideal volume is denoted as V suffix S. Suppose if you multiply it by 100, we get efficiency percentage. Okay, now first we have to calculate what is electrical input to the compressor motor. So here HP electrical is given by this formula, that is N by EMC. N is nothing but it is the number of rotations which the disc has made. We have calculated that number of rotations for 3 rotations. So N we can take as 3 here in this again formula. You can see N is equal to 3, and then EMC electric meter constant, that is value, it is given as EMC, that is given. It is 1200 revolutions per kilowatt hour. So this constant value we put here 1200 into 1000 divided by 736. Again these are constants to convert it electrical HP into kilowatt. So now into 3600 by the time taken. Here only one variable is this time, because we have taken this reading for 3 rotations. So the time taken is 6.79 seconds. If you use in this formula, then you get the output as 1.801 kilowatt. Okay, this is the electrical input which we have given to the compressor. Okay, now same way we will calculate compressor output. Compressor output is given as WA into Q into H divided by 736. WA is nothing but it is the density of air. Right here, density of air. Suppose density of air in kgs per cubic meter, it is equal to 1.29 kgs per cubic meter. Again, if you convert that into Newton per cubic meter, you multiply it by 9.81, so that we get WA, the density of air, as 12.68 Newton per cubic meter. Suppose if it is in kgs, then it is 1.29 kgs per cubic meter. Now here, what are the constants here? WA into Q into H by 736. One by one we will calculate. First we will calculate this H. H is nothing but it is head of air in meters. We have to calculate, that means the height of air. Suppose we have a manometer there which we measure it in water, but here head of air we want. So head of air is given by this formula, that is here you can see head of air is given by pressure divided by density of air and then into 10 to the power 4. I will tell you, pressure we are calculating here in kgs per centimeter square, right? So this we convert it into kgs per meter square. So that is why because we know for 1 centimeter is equal to 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So similarly, so now if we multiply that with 10 to the power 4, we get it in kgs per square meter. The pressure we can convert it into kgs per square meter by multiplying it by 10 to the power 4, and then here we have density of air as 1.29 kgs per cubic meter. So this is in kgs per square meter, and then this is kgs per cubic meter. If you convert it, then we get 3.5 into 10 to the power 4 by 1.29. We get this head of air in meters. So when we calculate this one, we get 27,131 meters of air. So this we will substitute here. Okay, this is first part. Then second part is flow rate of air. We have seen, I told you, we are using air box which is having an orifice meter and manometer there, right? So now here we can calculate that flow rate of air using this formula. Q is equal to CD into area into under root 2GH. So this part is area and this part is velocity. So flow rate of air we can calculate by this formula. CD is nothing but it is the efficiency of the orifice meter. So that is, we call it as a coefficient of discharge of orifice meter. This is a constant value which will be given by the manufacturer of that orifice meter. So this value is constant. CD we can take, that means our orifice meter is 64% efficient. So okay, this 0.64, this is CD, coefficient of discharge of orifice meter, and then A is the area of the orifice meter, because area of the orifice meter we have calculated. This is also a constant because he has given 12.5 mm as a diameter of the orifice meter. If you calculate it here in area, it is equal to 1.22 into 10 to the power minus 4 square meter. Convert it into square meter. Okay. Now area will be in square meter, right? And then now here this part is nothing but it is velocity. Velocity of air we can calculate. So it is 2 under root 2 into 9.81 into 0.772. This is a constant into 15 mm of manometer head. This head which is shown in that manometer, it is given in mm of water. So this is a conversion factor. Again we have to calculate the velocity of air, not velocity of water. So here we are using manometer reading because manometer is in mm of water. So this part, so if you multiply it by 0.72, then you are converting it into velocity of air. So now here we can say under root 2g into this constant, because this constant is nothing but it is the density of water by density of air, right, divided by 1000, because this mm we have to convert it into meters. So that is why this part is coming. So it is under root 2 into g 9.81 into that constant, as I told you, density of water into divided by density of air divided by 1000, because we are converting it into meter. So now here if I substitute all these values here, then I am getting flow rate as 1.1836 into 10 to the power minus 3 cubic meter per second. This is the flow rate. This is Q we have calculated. Now here, now we are substituting this value. Now here compressor output, this is 12.68. I have to calculate, I have to use the value of Newton per cubic meter, because again I am calculating it in watts. So that is why what I am using, I am not using kgs per cubic meter. The density of air I am using in newtons per cubic meter in this formula. So 12.68 into, this is the density and this is the flow rate into head. Finally, if you calculate, if you divide it by this constant 736, because we are talking in terms of electrical output. Okay. So now we get, if you use this formula, and then I am getting the compressor output as 0.53 kilowatt. Again this is in kilowatt, and then the electrical input is also in kilowatt, which is equal to 1.801. So now we can calculate this compressor efficiency as, this is compressor output by electrical input to the compressor. So if I multiply it by 100, I get 30.72%. So that means the mechanical efficiency of the compressor is 30.72%. Now, then second part, what we have to calculate is volumetric efficiency of air compressor. I told you volumetric efficiency of the air compressor is actual volume swept divided by ideal volume swept, which is given by VA by Vs. So now actual volume we will calculate. We know actual volume is given by flow rate of air into divided by RPM. This RPM, this is revolution per minute. If I divide it by 60, then I get revolutions per second. Then because this is in cubic meter per second, if I multiply it by 60, then I get in cubic meter. So now this flow rate I am dividing by RPM. So RPM I have to again, because this is revolutions per minute, I have to convert it into revolutions per second. So this 60 here, division of division will go multiplication. So now I have to what I have to do? Q flow velocity into 60 divided by RPM. So if I use this formula and then I get this value. So actual volume swept is equal to 1.035 into 10 to the power minus 4 cubic meter. So now ideal swept volume of the compressor is given as pi d square by 4 into L. That means the diameter of the cylinder into length of the stroke. If you do it, if you know, then we can calculate the ideal volume swept. That means it is given by, volume is nothing but it is area into the length. So we get, this is the area of the cylinder, pi d square by 4 into L, it is the length of the stroke. That means the piston moving from top dead center to bottom dead center, that is the distance. So now if I multiply, I use the values, we know that diameter of the cylinder is 63 mm and then length of the stroke is 60 mm. So I convert it into meters. This diameter, because it is given in mm and length also is given in mm, so I divide it by 1000 to get it in meters. So this 63 divided by 1000, 63 divided by 1000, right, and then 60 divided by 1000. That is why I am using this 10 to the power minus 3 and then here 10 to the power minus 6, because it is meter into meter. So now when I calculate these values, then I get swept volume as 1.869 into 10 to the power minus 4 cubic meter. So now I calculate the volumetric efficiency, which is given as VA, that is actual volume swept by ideal volume swept. So I use the values now here. Actual volume was swept was 1.035 into 10 to the power minus 4 and then ideal volume swept is 1.869 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 100. If I multiply, I get 55.4% as my volumetric efficiency. This concludes our experiment on air compressor. Thank you, students.